In this video, we'll be taking apart the Infinix XPAD GT. If you're interested in seeing more videos like this, make sure you subscribe and click on the notification bell so you'll be notified once I upload a new video. Also, if you need any tools, there are links in the description. So to start off, we need to remove the screen, and in order to do that, we need to apply heat using either a hairdryer or a heat gun to loosen up the adhesive underneath, and then a pry tool can be used to pry the screen off. I prefer to use a hairdryer since there's less of a chance of damaging any of the components inside by overheating them. Once the screen has been pried off from the frame, it can be lifted from the right to the left, but be careful since the flex cable for the screen is still attached to the main board. There are 3 Phillips screws which need to be removed that are holding on the metal cover over the screen cable. Once that cover has been removed, the battery cable and the screen cable can be disconnected. Here's a look at the back of the 144Hz 2.8K 13-inch display. The remaining 55 Phillips screws can now be removed. Now if you're planning on replacing a specific part, you wouldn't have to remove all the screws, just the ones pertaining to the part that you want to replace. Here's a look at the copper vapor chamber. And the vapor chamber helps to transfer heat, and this will definitely help keep the XPAD GT running smooth during heavy gameplay or under other heavy load. Here's a look at the subboard or charger port board. This flex cable can be disconnected from the subboard, making it easy to replace a damaged or malfunctioning charger port. This flex cable is for the 3 contacts or pins on the back, for a keyboard or other attachments. Taking a look at the main board, we see the 9-megapixel front-facing camera, the light sensor on this corner, as well as copper film over the shields and thermal paste to help transfer heat. The camera cable can be disconnected by just popping it off. Once the copper film has been peeled back, we see additional thermal paste on top of the RAM and processor, as well as these chips. The ROM or onboard storage is located here. And here's a better look with the thermal paste removed. Here's a look at the back of the board. The power button clicker is located on this cover. There's another Phillips screw which is holding down the secondary board. The 13 megapixel main or rear camera is attached to this board, and this camera does not have OIS or optical image stabilization. The LED flash is located here, as well as two microphones. These are the 8 3D sound speakers. There are 2 in each of these assemblies. Each of the speaker assemblies have one large and one smaller speaker. When it comes to removing the battery, there is no pull pouch or pull tab provided to help you pry it off, so you're going to have to use some isopropyl alcohol and apply it to the sides of the battery and let it sit for about 30 seconds to a minute so it eats away at the adhesive underneath, making it easier to pry it off. This is the 10,200 mAh battery. It's basically two 5,100 mAh batteries, which are put together to operate as one. As always with these batteries, there's a rated capacity and a typical capacity. Taking a look at what's left, we see 2 liquid damage indicator stickers. One is located here, and the other one's located here. There are 2 antenna flex cables, the flex cable for the volume keys on the side, which can be removed by lifting up this metal bracket out of the frame and peeling off the flex cable, as well as 6 Phillips screws which are holding the camera bezel on the other side. So if you wanted to replace the camera bezel, you would have to remove those 6 Phillips screws as well. For the repairability score, I give it a 7 out of 10. Now it's time to put it back together. Once everything's back together, power it on, and you're done. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.